Okay, so we had a couple of questions about this one, so I want to address it. We're in an advertising campaign. A snack company claimed that every 18-ounce bag of its cookies contained at least 1,000 chips. Two statisticians are attempting to verify the claim. The accompanying data represents the number of chips in an 18-ounce bag of the company's cookies based on their study. We're going to complete parts A through E. So here is our study. I'm actually going to copy it to the clipboard, and we're going to go ahead and copy, right? And we're done. Done. I'm going to close this, and I'm going to paste it in StatCrunch, and so it looks like we need to go one down. So let me go ahead and undo the paste, and we'll go one down, and we'll go number of chips. Number of chips. Okay, so here's our number of chips is down here. So if I graph it really quickly in the histogram, number of chips, and click on compute, then I have this picture here that's looking a little bit normal, but we're good. Okay, so let's go back to the homework. All right, draw a normal probability plot to see if the data could have come from a normal distribution. Now, I want you to notice that it says observed value and then expected is on the Y. So the way we do that is we're going to graph our QQ plot. We're going to do the number of chips. I want to add the correlation, and then we're actually going to put the normal values on the y-axis, and I'm going to click on compute. So here, what we see is it is very close to the line. I have this little curve at the bottom, and then I got this one guy out here. And so I'm going to look for this pattern over here. So I have the little curve and the one. This is a straight line. This one looks like it's too far up because I am at -2 over here. So this one is looking like it's a little too far up, and then this one is looking like it's a little too far down. So I'm going to select A. Okay. And so now we're going to determine the mean of the sample data. Now, there is the typical way that we do this. I'm just going to throw the quantile plot up here. The typical way that we do it is we go to summary stat, we go to column, I do number of chips. Now, I don't need all of this, so I'm actually just going to hit mean and standard deviation and go ahead and click compute, and I get this printout right here. But if you actually take the, excuse me, if you take the histogram, in the options of the histogram, you can actually overlay the normal distribution. And if you do that, you actually get the mean, and it will be the same value, and then the standard deviation, and you can see that is the same value. So we're going to put the 1248.15 in for our value. 1248, I think it was 0.2, right? 1248.2. There we go. So that's my one decimal point. So I'm going to check the answer. It's thinking fantastic. Okay, great. And then the standard deviation, I knew that was coming. So that's going to be 10.8. 100.8. I know I said 10, but I meant 100. Okay, so that's great. So that's in there. So now we're going to use the sample mean and sample standard deviation obtained as estimates for the population mean and the population standard deviation, respectively. Draw a graph of the normal model for the distribution of the chips. Well, it's going to be in the middle of 1248, and it's going to be about 100 wide, right? So I need to figure out which one of these is it approximately 1248. So I'm going to make this one a little bigger because my eyesight is not great. And so if I look, it looks like if this is 1,000, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Oh, maybe it is only 22. So if it was 22, data, compute, expression, right? And so I'm going to take the 2200 minus the 1000 and divide it by, I thought I counted 24. I'm going to put 24 and see what I get. Oh, 50. So it's 50. Each one of those is 50. So if I go by 50s here, I've got 1050, 1100, 1150, 1200, 1250 should be right about here. So it's not going to be this one. All right, so let's go over here and make this one a little bigger. And now let's see this observed value. So I've got 950, 1000, 1050, 1100, 1150, 1200. There's 1250. So if I have 1250 here, this is in the middle. This looks like it's going to be the right one. And so we're going to use B. Okay, so that's how I figured that one out. Using the normal model from part C, find the probability contains at least 1,000 chips. Okay, so perfect. So I'm here. I know what the mean and the standard deviation is. So the normal model would be the normal calculator. So I go to the normal calculator. I need to put in that mean in the mean here. So that's going to be 1248.2. Right? I need the standard deviation 100.8. And then I need at least is greater than, and I need at least 1,000 chips. So if I do that, you can see it's pretty much all red. It's 99% of the bags. And so it looks like it's going to be 9931. So we're going to go back over here, round to 3 decimal places, paste. Right? And so we have 99.3%. Okay, so that's the normal. Using the normal model, find the probability it contains between 1300 and 1400. So I already have this up. There is a between button. So I click on the between button. And so now we're going to put in 1300 and 1400. And then I compute that. And you can see it's 2376 or 23.8. So we go back, it's 3 decimal places. There we go. And that is the end of the question. All right. So if we had to do something with the histogram, right? Like what if I wanted to find the middle of this in my histogram? I could do that. And let me show you really quickly how you would do that. So I would do options. I would do edit, right? I'm actually going to turn the normal off, right? And then I want the dividers to be percent, and I click on compute. Now from here, it's actually pretty easy. If I want 1300, I go over here to the box. I double click in the box. I change the target location to 1300. Now it's already at 1300, so that's awesome. And then I'm going to go over here. I'm going to double click in this box. I get the target location for the right divider. I'm going to type in 1400 and click on compute. Now notice it moved. And so now I'm in between 13 and 1350 and then 1350 and 400. So it's just these 2 bars, and that is about 17.5%. I wonder if I make this 1399 and click on compute. No, it's still 17.5. That's a little smaller than I expected with the normal model, but it's relatively close, and that's how you would do it with the histogram. This is the video for this type of problem. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, then that